For the past 3 Sundays, we had been reflecting on the kingdom of heaven. This Sunday, Jesus acts out, puts into action, and shows concretely the essence of the kingdom of heaven. By multiplying the loaves in order to feed the crowd, Jesus brings home the meaning and significance of the kingdom of heaven as reign of righteousness and kindness, and as the grace that completes our beings and satisfies our deepest longings. By multiplying the loaves and by feeding the crowd, Jesus enables the people to discover that he meant every single word which he had said about the kingdom of heaven. Thus, by multiplying the loaves and by feeding the crowd, Jesus showed that, like the people, he has ears, a set of ears that knows how to listen and to respond accordingly. Also, by multiplying the loaves and by feeding the crowd, Jesus illustrated what he meant by the kingdom of heaven as the reign, rule, and dominion of righteousness and kindness. Indeed, Jesus is the righteous and the kind one who lives out righteousness with kindness, so that righteousness becomes gentle and mild, not arrogant and harsh, and who lives out kindness with righteousness, so that kindness becomes just and fair, not blind and fake piety. Likewise, by multiplying the loaves and by feeding the crowd, Jesus clarifies the kingdom of heaven as the grace that completes and satisfies humanity's search for purpose and meaning, and humanity's desire for contentment and joy. Truly, the act of feeding is Jesus' gesture of being a neighbor and good shepherd to the hungry, tired, and lost crowd, thereby responding to their quest and need for healing and wholeness. Aside from fulfilling his descriptions and prescriptions of the kingdom of heaven, Jesus, by multiplying the loaves and by feeding the crowd, indicates to the people then and to us today the soul and heart of the kingdom of heaven. The soul that animates and the heart that steers the kingdom of heaven is none other than compassion. Compassion is the response of Jesus to human sufferings, a response that emanates from his guts, from his inmost being. Without compassion, Jesus would be numbed and distant, indifferent and aloof. Yet with compassion, Jesus is able to care and to suffer freely and willingly for us, even to the point of death. His compassion makes Jesus not run away or climb down the cross. Rather, it enables him to accomplish everything and to stay with us till the end of time. The compassion of Jesus makes the kingdom of heaven real, relevant, and beautiful. Hence, the kingdom of heaven is good and attractive, worth following, worth achieving, worth serving, worth sharing, and worth dying for. Today, as we celebrate the Holy Eucharist, it is good to remember how our ancestors of the faith, despite many hardships that came along with settling in a land far away from home, had been attracted by the compassion of the Lord Jesus Christ, and so were able to persevere and bequeath us with a vibrant faith and a loving community. We give thanks to God for them and honor them with our sincere gratitude and prayers. They had left us bodily, but they have remained with us in spirit. They continue to journey with us by interceding for us, so that like them, we may grow and mature in our faith, hope, and love, and so become compassionate people, people who knows how to be caring neighbors to one another, especially the poor, the elderly, the sick, and the strangers. Moving forward towards the fullness of time, let us imagine what kind of future do we want to have and to bequeath to our children and children's children. Do we want to create a community or a group of people? There is a world of difference between a group and a community of people. A group of people is comprised of peoples who happen to be in the same place at the same time. Sometimes they are doing together a common project, and that common project is what brings them together. A community is different because it is measured by equality of presence, a presence that is caring and solicitous of everyone's well-being. Are you a caring community? Are you a caring person? Do you want to become a caring community? Do you want to become caring persons? If you do, then learn what compassion is and be nurtured by its transforming grace. If we want to bequeath a caring community to our children and children's children, the right time to do it is now, and the right place to do it is here, in your parish, home, and neighborhood. So like our ancestors, who give us a sense of eternity by affording us a sense of history, let us intensify our efforts to make this present time a golden opportunity to sow and cultivate compassion. Compassion that teaches us in words and deeds how to love with a love that includes everyone and excludes no one, and with a love that gathers rather than separates, unites rather than divides, builds up rather than breaks down. If we can manage to do this singly and collectively, I am positively hopeful that with the grace of Jesus, the compassionate Lord and Shepherd, our parish and all of us, its members, will become heaven on earth, where everyone who thirsts and who had no money can come to the waters and buy wine and milk without money and without price. Indeed, the kingdom of heaven is real, and right here, right now, we can be in it and enjoy all of its heavenly blessings. Friends, we thank God for the rich and immense grace that enabled our foreparents in the past, that enables us today, and will enable the future generations in the mission of building the kingdom of heaven in the here and now until God returns again. Our ancestors had provided us with examples of compassion. They, in their own unique ways and circumstances, had offered us a sense of reality as well as a sense of eternity. So when your time is up, where do you want to spend eternity? Smoking or non-smoking? If non-smoking, then let's help one another learn compassion and live with compassion every day in following the example of Jesus, the compassionate Lord and teacher of the kingdom of heaven.